Many years ago, when I first got into seed saving, after I'd been doing it for a while and found I had some varieties that were of interest to other people, I started this thing called the Scatterseed Project, which basically is me and whoever I hired to work for me. And I was distributing for many years through the Seed Savers Exchange, a grassroots organization centered in Iowa. A few years ago, we had a falling out, and a group of us had basically left that organization and discussed and concerned over how it's run, and particularly how they're maintaining or not maintaining the collections, and formed an alternative, a democratically organized seed exchange called Grassroots Seed Network, which you can find online, although we're having troubles getting going via our website and stuff, but we're trying to do what they do well better and avoid doing the things that they do badly. But my Scatterseed project is basically a vehicle for my, it's not quite like a seed company, because if I were a seed company, I would grow those varieties of, let's say, tomatoes that everyone wants, and grow a large quantity of them, and I'd make money. Instead, I grow hundreds of varieties of tomatoes, many of which no one wants, maybe for good reason. Some of them, again, I'm keeping them in the ark. I'm like Noah. I don't get to decide whether we should let the crocodiles on and the black flies.
Right.
You know, that's God decides that. I don't get to be God. I put them on the ark, and for 40 days and 40 nights, eventually they come off, and God, in this case, will be the farmers and gardeners of the futures. They'll get to say, well, what we'll keep that going for, you know? Or, wow, thank goodness that's still around. So because of that, I keep a lot of varieties that may or may not be in great demand, maybe for a good reason, maybe not. And therefore, unlike a seed company, the varieties that I actually get a lot of requests for, make some money on, they are having to carry all the rest of them. And they don't carry them. So I'm totally dependent on subsidies and grants and things like that to run it, which have gotten very thin lately. And so that's a point I should definitely make while we're talking about this, is that it basically runs on donations and things like that. And so I like to paraphrase the motto of the Maine Forest Service: keep Maine green, send money. And so if anyone wants my address or phone number or e-address, let me give it to you right now if anyone wants it. I am W.A. Bonsall, and whether you want it for whatever reason you want it. You can yell at me if you want. But W.A. Bonsall, 2 L's. Granby came from England. He always used to say, you knock the L out of Bonsall, I'll knock the L out of you. 2 L's, at gmail.com. Got that? Okay, and so also if anyone wants to order books, doesn't put their name down there or whatever, or wants to find out what seeds or whatever, if you want to talk about anything, then that's the simplest way to reach me. But anyway, my Scatterseed project, so I offer all of these varieties of things. The last couple of years I'm in this spasm of trying to I've lost a lot of stuff due to the baggage from the Seed Savers Exchange, and trying to rebuild a lot of the collection. I pretty much totally lost the huge potato collection, about 700 varieties, and I'm in the process of reobtaining and redoing that. And some of these crops, the thousands of varieties that I've offered, over 5,000 varieties over the year, a huge amount of them are now lost to me. I'm having to recollect them. Fortunately, a lot of them are in the vault at the Seed Savers Exchange, if they are cooperative, which so far they are generally being, in my getting them back so I can get it back into circulation. So that's kind of what the Scatterseed project is about. I maintain about, I think it wants about 50 species, but mainly about 20, 25 species of crops. Some of them are huge collections. We have about, I'm mainly known for the potato collection, which is about 700 varieties. I also maintain a pea collection, which is about 1,100 varieties. Most of the others are much smaller, but even though I have like about 1,100 varieties of peas, that's dwarfed by the government collection, is at least 6 times that. So I'm very small potatoes and peas. But the potato collection, on the other hand, which was 700 varieties, it's one of the larger collections on the planet. There are some quite bigger ones. The government of Peru has a larger one, but it is unusually large for a clonal collection. The USDA has a huge dwarfing mine collection of potatoes, most of which are maintained as true or sexual seed, which for many of our purposes is irrelevant. It's useless. For plant potato breeders, the genes are there, but if we're trying to keep some heritage variety, they've thrown it away. In most cases, they keep some going. On the other hand, I have, like I said, about 80 or 90 varieties of parsnips, and it's one of the largest parsnip collections on the planet. My collection of pterosols, I have to say what pterosols are. Again, it's less than 100 varieties, but it's one of the biggest collections on the planet. Ag Canada has more. The USDA collection does not have more. In fact, a big percentage of their collection they got from me, instead of the other way around. I heard years ago there was some woman in Moldova who had a huge collection, and she's dead, and her daughter, last I knew, was maintaining the collection and wishing she could get rid of it. I have no idea how to get in touch with that woman. I'd love to do that. But I'm doing too much, so I'm me. So. that's the Scatterseed project.